Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth. This is FrizzyLizzieStitches. Today is August the 1st, 2021, and today is Flosstube number 6. Well, it's August now, which is really weird. I don't know what happened to the summer. It's weird because so my mom's a school teacher, so she's on the school time, and she had said something about having to go back to work, and I was just like, didn't you just get off for summer break? Working a full-time job where you're not on a school schedule and you don't have kids, honestly, the summer just feels like any other time of the year. So it's kind of weird that it's over now, but oh well. Now we get to go into all the, hopefully get cooler in fall and stuff. I guess August is still technically a summer month, but it feels like fall because school starting and fall go together in my brain, and I feel like that's probably because of marketing that you see in Target and stuff, but I've already seen a lot of Halloween stuff on my Instagram feed, and I'm pumped. I love Halloween. So anyway, I guess the first thing we can talk about is my new notebook for stitching. I mentioned this in my last video, but it actually came in the mail a couple days after I filmed. But this is my new notebook. It's from Erin Condren, and I got the Stormtrooper cover, which is part of their new Star Wars collection. And I actually made it say FrizzyLizzieStitches on it, which I was really excited about. And all I've done so far is write out my pattern and the designer, when I started it, what fabric it's on, the floss, how big it is, and then if it's a stitch along, which a lot of the things I'm stitching are stitch alongs, I put the schedule for the stitch along in there, and then I can kind of check it off as I do it, just for fun. I like checking stuff off. So I actually need to check off one on here, but I'll do that later. And then I'm also using it to write down my notes. I was using my other planner, but my planner that I was using, the last month that I could use it is August, but I already bought a new notebook to use, so I'm done with that planner, and today is first day I can use my other notebook, so I'm excited about that. I love stationery and pens and markers and stuff, so it's exciting to be able to start a new notebook and fresh start and all that good stuff. So, oops, I bumped the tripod. Okay, well, today I have 2 finishes that were projects that I started and ended in the past 2 weeks. And then I have 5 whips. 4 of them are cross stitch and 1 of them is crochet. And then I don't have any new starts unless you count the finishes as starts. But yeah, so the first thing that I made in the past 2 weeks was another book sleeve, and this one has butterflies on it, and it's actually a little bit bigger than the other one I made. I use the same pattern as the other one, but the pattern has 3 different sizes on there. So this one is the small, and then this one is the medium. So I don't know if you watched the video that I talked about this in, but when I made this, I used, what's it called? Quilt batting. So this sleeve is super flimsy, which is fine. It still does its job, and it fits the book and everything, but it's not sturdy. And so when I made this one, I finally figured out what kind of foam I was supposed to buy to use it. So I'll take my book out. But yeah, so it's a lot sturdier, and I'm really proud with the way this one turned out. I love the pink on the inside, and my zipper came out a lot cleaner than the cherry one, and these butterflies are so cute, and honestly it's kind of fun to squish. But this is a hardback book. This is a book we're reading for our book club that me and my friends started at work, but this fits in here nicely, and pretty much any other like paperback. I mean, this one's kind of, I mean, hardback. This one's kind of thin, but I do have some thicker hardbacks that fit in here, and it'll still zip up and stuff. But I mean, this isn't gonna hold like Goblet of Fire or something. So probably would make a large book sleeve for that kind of book. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I really like these book sleeves because then I can just put my book in my backpack and not worry about the edges getting dented and stuff. So, but yep. And then the other thing that I started and finished in the past 2 weeks was a bookmark that I actually cross-stitched. I made the pattern myself using some clip art from Stardew Valley, which I also got back into playing recently. So, but anyway, it's the little, in the game you can pick a pet, either a cat or a dog, and there's different color variations. And I only have one farm at the moment, but I picked the gray cat and named her Piper because I have a gray cat named Piper, if you haven't seen her in my other videos. But and then when you pet them, they get this little heart above their head. So yeah, this is what I charted this using Stitch Fiddle, which is a free website tool that you can use to make patterns. You can buy the premium version of it and do a lot more stuff with it, but I was able to just use that to make this. And the font that I use down here is actually the same font from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Cozy Cafe. I just kind of tweaked some of the letters, and I think I had to make up the P and the I because there weren't any P's and I's yet. But I like how it turned out. So, and then I just did a running stitch around the edge, and then I like cut 2 squares away from the running stitch and then pulled out a stitch so that it would have like a jagged edge. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, anyway. So I'm excited. I didn't like do anything on the back. It's just plain, but I'm using this as a bookmark in my Little Women copy. So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. Hey, so I'm editing my video and I realized I never talked about how I stitched this. So I used 22 count Aida that I got at Michael's, and then I used 4 strands of floss over 2 strands of the Aida, so that it came out as an 11 count, so that would be a bit bigger to be a bookmark. And I did 4 strands to make it really give a lot of coverage so that it would look more pixelated, since Stardew Valley is a pixelated game. So, but yeah, so that's a little more info on this. Back to the video. Bye. So the next thing, let's see. Now moving into whips, I have 5 of them, and like I said, 4 are cross stitch. So the first one, oh, and I actually, this is cool too. So I think I mentioned last week how, or 2 videos ago, no, 2 weeks ago in my last video, that I have been keeping track of like how long I'm spending on different projects. So I actually have totals of how long I spent on each of these in the past 2 weeks since my last video. So, and then I'm also going to try to put a picture of what it looked like last time. So we'll see if I can manage that. But the first whip that I have to show is Sweetheart Campfire, which will look like this. And this is what it looked like last time. And this is what it looks like now. So last time I had a page finish, which was this giant blob, and then I had stitched some of this random confetti stuff, but I had a ton of parked threads, so I stitched out all those parked threads, and then I started going back up here and kind of stitching down this direction. So I got a huge chunk like in this little section that I did. But I also think I mentioned last time I figured out how to use Pattern Keeper on my computer. I don't have an Android tablet, I just have an iPad and a laptop. And so I found a way, you can actually download Android emulator for your computer, and then you can like download Pattern Keeper from the Google Play Store on the emulator. So that's what I did, and oh my gosh, that using Pattern Keeper for projects like this where you're doing full coverage makes it so much more fun, easier, faster, like 100% better, 100%. So I was able to stitch all this stuff, and then in the past 2 weeks I have worked 5.5 hours on this, so that's kind of interesting, just like this little bit. But yeah, the only thing that's a problem with my particular pattern is I bought it from somebody off of Etsy, and they, I guess when they made the pattern based from an image or whatever, the color 310 black doesn't actually have a symbol for that color, so it's just blank, and because of that, Pattern Keeper doesn't recognize it as a stitch. So all of the black that is called for in this pattern actually doesn't show up in like to be stitched in Pattern Keeper, so I can't mark it off, I can't search for it. But I'm not too mad about it because it's just one color, and obviously I'll be able to know like, oh, all this blank spot here is supposed to be black, and I can just fill it in. So, but yeah, I'm really liking how this is coming along. It like when I hold it back here, like it actually looks like the corner of a picture, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, but I think I'm just gonna leave it in the Q-snap until I kind of fill out as much as I can on this area, and then move it after that. So, but yeah, I'm excited how this is coming along. Let's see. My next WIP is Little Women. So I'm behind on this, but I'm not very upset about it. Okay, so I finished part 1. So, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it looked like last time. And then this is what it looks like now. So I finished let me move my needle minder. I finished part 1 of the reading, and then I finished part 1 of the stitching. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Got both the words and, you know, the little thread and the little quill with the ink pot. This is 28 count vintage smoky white from Zweigart. So the next part is the house, and then the part after that is like the author's name and then the girls' names. So I'm about halfway through the second section for reading, so I'm either gonna, you know, stitch on section 2 while I'm still trying to read section 2, or just stitch it after. So, but anyway, this is where it is. And the book is really cute, honestly. Like, there's some parts of it that are really boring to me, but I'm getting to the part where I'm getting into it where I'm in a good section right now. And I have never seen the movie. I really want to watch the 2019 one with Emma Watson and Saoirse Ronan, and there's Timothy Chalamet is in there, and some other people, I'm sure, but yeah, my plan is to, once I'm finished with all this, is to watch that movie. So, but yeah. Oh, and I worked 6.5 hours on that. So last time I think I just had the part at the top of the T, and then now I have all the words, well, the whole part for part 1. So that was 6.5 hours. Okay. So my next WIP is one that I wasn't expecting to bring out, but I just was like, you know what, I'm tired of doing all this other stuff, and so I'm gonna do this one. And it's Garden Party. So this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what it looked like last time, and this is what it looks like now. And I moved my needle minder. Okay. So this is what it looks like now. Last time I had this, I had decided to do it 2/2 instead of 1/1 like I did here. So I just had the sunshine, but this past time I spent 4 hours on this, and I did like the white and the border around the sun, and then I did the snail and this mushroom, and then all the little like flourishy things around it. So this is 25 count vintage country mocha Lugana. So, but it's gonna be pretty big, but I don't know if I'm gonna finish it as like a wall hanging or a, I know I said before that I think finishing things as pillows are kind of not for me, but I kind of feel like I may want to do that. We'll see. But I really like how this is coming because it's so much fun to stitch because the stitches are so big and you can like see each individual little cross. But I just like how chunky it is, and it's super colorful. So, and this fabric is really fun because it's so flimsy, but it's also like thick. I don't know. I really like this a lot. I am not looking forward to pulling this out because that will be a pain in the butt, but it's fine. I'm gonna save that until I absolutely have to tear it out. I mean, it's definitely gonna be in the way, but I'm gonna wait till the last minute. So, but yeah, that's my garden party. And then my last whip that I worked on the most out of all of these, and that is Cozy Cafe. Another part was released not that long ago, like a week ago, and so I have stitched parts 1 through 3, and so this is what it's going to look like, and this is what it looked like last time. And let me move my needle minder. Let's see. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. I did not iron this, but so I added the matcha cup and the border on the what is this, the top right. When I'm filming, everything is mirrored, so but yeah, this is what it looks like. So I really appreciated how quickly this border stitched up. Like, I feel like usually borders take forever, but this one went pretty fast. So, and I just love this. I'm gonna fold this better so I can see what I'm doing. This matcha cup. So cute. I really liked the way I stitched this because I basically did like color completed the cup, and then I did the white last, so when I went to do the white I didn't have to look at the pattern, I could just fill it in, which was nice. So, but yeah, so I think the next one I'm gonna do is move down below the matcha and do the strawberry lemonade. But yeah, so I'm hoping if I keep going at this pace, then I should be able to catch up pretty soon. So, but yeah, and I worked on this for a total of 8.5 hours over the past 2 weeks. So, pretty cool. But yeah. Alright. Well, okay. So that was all my cross stitch whips. And now we have my crochet whip. So I worked on Coraline, and now she has part of a head. I'm at the part where I need to stitch on her. Oh, last time she had just to her shirt. So I don't really have a picture of that, so I'm not really gonna put it in. But yeah, so she has a head now. I'm supposed to put on her eyes and like her nose and her mouth and her freckles and all that facial feature stuff. And then from there I can like close up her head. And then I think after that, there's like a bunch of like sew on stuff, like her arms and her ears. And then I think the pattern moves on to like her skirt and her jacket. So, but yeah, that's how she's looking. And I don't really know how tall she is now, to be honest. But once I did her head, I was like, oh wow, she's really coming together. She like looks like a real doll. Well, I don't know. This is like I think this is like 8 inches tall, this notebook. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. She's cute and she's squishy. So it'll be fun to get her finished. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. We did whips, and I don't have any new starts. And then, okay, so the next thing I wrote down was Happy Mail / haul. I haven't actually had Happy Mail to show, but before today, but Elizabethanncanstitch had her like 50th Flosstube / 1 year anniversary a couple weeks ago. And she did this huge giveaway on her channel, and she was giving away a ton of patterns and things. And so I actually won one of her pattern giveaways, and I was super excited because first of all, I love her, and second of all, I've never won anything on Flosstube, so that was pretty exciting. But it actually came in the mail yesterday. So, but I won one of the Lori Holt bundles or whatever. So I got the Sew by Row. There's her little note. And then Quilter's Cottage and Happy Camper. And then the last one is Bringing Home the Tree. So I'm really excited. They're super cute. I think the one I'm most excited about is this Quilter's Cottage one. Her mom stitched this and she finished it for her, and I just thought it was super cute. I love the little house with the little stepstone path up there to the front door. But yeah. So yeah. And then I actually have some haul too, but I don't really know the best way to show it because there are a bunch of PDF patterns. But I'm going to try to just show my iPad, and if that doesn't work, then I'll just put a picture over it. So I know which pattern I'm talking about. But let's see. So first off, I saw this pattern that, what is her name? Let's see. Mama Witch X Stitch on Instagram. She shared one of her new patterns that she just came out with, and it's freaking adorable. It's called Possum Song, and it looks like this, and it's so adorable. I just can't handle it. I wonder if I turn this brightness down, if it'll show up better. It's a little too low. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So yeah, it's called Possum Song. It's adorable. It's this little possum, and he's playing a banjo, and he has a little straw hat and a little bottle of moonshine next to him. I'll put a picture over what I show on the screen so you can get a better look at it. But I'm so excited about this. I already bought 16 count black Aida to stitch it on because all I had was 14 count, and if I stitch it on 14 count, I think will be a little too big to fit in a hoop. So, but yeah, so I got that one, and then she had like a 50% off sale. So like all her patterns were like $3, so I bought a second one, and this one's called Ammonita Frog, and freaking adorable. So both of these are Mama Witch X Stitch on Instagram, and her store I think is also called, yeah, her store on Etsy is the same name, Mama Witch Cross Stitch. So I'll tag it below. But yeah, this frog is so cute. I love the little flies around it. Okay. And then Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery was having a sale because I think it was Ashley's birthday or something. So they were doing like 30% off PDF patterns, and I got a few. So I got one of their new patterns, which is for Halloween. It's called A Candy a Day, and it looks like this. A candy a day keeps the monsters away. And then I got Cactus Party, which looks like this. Let me see if I can. That's kind of washed out. That's a little better. Yeah, it's called Cactus Party. And I also really like this one because like the border on the top and the bottom remind me of friendship bracelets. And I don't know if you remember from my first video, but friendship bracelets are kind of like my in for embroidery floss. So let's see. And then I went ahead and bought the Christmas wreath pattern. Almost all the clues are out, but I don't know when I'm going to stitch this. I just know I really like it and it's adorable. So, and then let's see, I think I got 2 more. Yeah, I got Oh My Gourd, which I think Evelyn across the pond had stitched this, and I thought it was freaking cute. But they're just little pumpkins and gourds stacked on top of each other. And then the last one I got is World's Best Teacher, which I totally plan to stitch for my mom. I don't know if she watches my videos, but if so, hi Mom, I'm gonna make this for you. So, but yeah, that's all the PDF patterns that I bought in the past couple weeks. I'm excited because a lot of them are small, and I don't know, my oldest whip is from January, which is the Sweetheart Campfire, and that's not obviously going to get done anytime soon, but I think after that it's Alice in Wonderland. And needless to say, I realize a lot of my projects are just really big, and I kind of want to do some small projects so that I, work on them for like a week and then they're finished and I can, FFO it and I did something and finished it. So, but yeah. But yeah, that's all I had written down to talk about today. My plans are to keep doing what I'm doing. Stitch what I feel like, catch up with Cozy Cafe, keep reading and stitching on Little Women. Those are kind of my priorities, are Cozy Cafe and then Little Women, because I know really Little Women is a priority because I don't want to not finish the book. I hate not finishing a book. So yeah, but yeah, that's about it. And I'm totally gonna keep stitching on my Sweetheart Campfire because that pattern keeper is a game changer. If you don't have an Android and you've been wanting to use pattern keeper, go get an emulator for your computer because it's the best thing ever. So, but yeah, that's all I have today, and I hope everyone has a great week, because I guess today's Sunday. I mean, people watch this stuff any time of day, so whatever day it is where you are, I hope it's a good one, and I hope that, I don't know, whatever you're doing is not totally terrible and you're having a good time. So yeah, that's it. Okay, I will talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Bye!